Kinetic energy on my wrist and how long I will exist. It's Rhyme and Reason 777.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're
Hey there, Tony here. 777. Now, that's a lucky number, wouldn't you say? Yeah, some people do. 777. If you get those in a casino, you're going to get some payback. And people look for those 777s up there. Anyway, way back in time, Elgeline, who happens to be someone I know very personally, put some kinetic energy on my wrist. Yes, she did. And that's my poet brain way of saying that she bought me a Seiko Kinetic watch. Very, very cool. If you've never seen one or had one, check them out. I mean, they're really something. And they're getting a little more rare these days, I found out. I've had mine for about 26 years now. Let's see, 26, 7 years, something. Anyway, long time. Now, a Kinetic watch, in this case, Seiko found a way to store kinetic energy in a tiny capacitor. That's a Kinetic watch. So a capacitor is a fancy battery, you could say, and it's no small feat when you think about it, even though it is actually a small feat when you consider how small the parts are inside my watch. But it's a big deal to be able to, sort of combine the best of automatic and quartz movements in a single timepiece. It's really something. Seiko was able to do that by charging a capacitor instead of adding tension to a spring. And even as I talk about this and say this out loud, it just sounds so cool. And it is cool. I've watched it in action. So the Seiko Kinetic watch has an oscillating weight that converts the motion, of my arm or wrist as I move into electricity. The motion as I move, that makes sense. Anyway, and it stores that electricity in that capacitor, and that powers the quartz movement. Now, a very cool feature that I like, I don't know if it's on, I don't think it's on all Kinetic watches, but it is on mine. It's the back of the watch is clear glass, so I can watch those tiny little parts move around inside. And according to some stats that I saw, the watch's motor spins at somewhere between 10,000 and 100,000 RPM. And again, it's like, how do they measure that? Who gets to count, Anyway, you don't even feel that, There's all this stuff going on, all this action going on, and you don't feel that when you wear it. And it's so cool to think that there's this precise little machine strapped on my arm with an internal electrical generator working round the clock, no pun intended. And that little generator is powered up and charged just by me moving around. It's so cool. And mine even has a phosphorus glow. It's the stuff on the that they put on the hands of the watch and the numbers, where you shine a little light onto it and it'll glow at night. That's really cool. The rechargeable battery hasn't been replaced in 15 years. In the time that I've had the watch, I've had that battery. I had the original battery, and then I had it replaced once in, I want to say 2007, so that's 15, 16 years ago. And it just kept going. It's just now starting to show signs of not holding the charge completely like it should. But, when changing the battery, the capacitor once in 26 years, that's pretty awesome. Seiko came up with the Kinetic watch because sustainability issues became a thing. I put air quotes around a thing back in the 1980s. We're not going to be able to sustain our resources and Anyway, that's when so many lithium batteries were being used and then disposed of in, those typical quartz watches. And, here's a little side note I just thought of. Electric cars have much bigger batteries than my watch does. And those cars use lithium. It's probably all okay, right? Yeah. I'm sure they got that all under control now. Anyway, my Seiko watch is about as close to a perpetual motion machine as any of us are going to get, because no thing is perpetual. Thank God he is, and thank God he's going to wind up anybody and everybody who chooses to live in heaven with him, and we'll be just like kinetic capacitors kept charged by the motion of his love. How do you like that? How do you like them apples, huh? Okay, that reminds me of the chorus from one of my old songs, Kinetic Love. It goes like this: I got kinetic love, I got potential love, and there's a kingdom come waiting down the line. I got a lavish love, and I got a simple love. And I got to share this love, because it ain't just mine.
I got kinetic love, I got potential love, and there's a kingdom come waiting down the line. I got lavish love, I got a simple love, and I gotta share this love, 'cause it ain't just mine.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another quick and easy episode of Kinetic Love, brought to you by Tony Funderburk here on the Rhyme and Reason podcast. And as always, remember, life does have rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're here. Give your time and season to the one